Alright, here's something that I didn't think I would have to do. Apparently, just recently, I was exposed to 11 minutes of YouTube brain cell killing and a whole horse news article worth of lunacy and bullcrap. You remember when FallenWish was getting mistreated by her family, how her mother was sorry she had her for being born with Asperger's, and how her father damaged her back, even how her siblings, by some stroke of bullshit, were being given better treatment than her. Well, apparently there was somebody who didn't buy into that very well, and that was Corpulent Brony. Now, personally, I first saw Corpulent Brony when he did a crossover review with ANY on Tanks for the Memories. It was a good review and I liked it. I admit that I subscribed to his channel and after that I added him to some Google circles. However, what recently happened between him and FallenWish is not something that I took too kindly, so here's how it went. He created a news article on Horseshoes News, or whatever the website was called, and it was just a whole shit ton of accusations that FallenWish was apparently lying about getting abused by her parents. He even went out of his way to read the article out loud, making it into an audio drama of some sort, and had it uploaded to Pony Tonight's channel. Now, the video was recently deleted, thankfully, but the article is still up. I even have it in the description of this video so you can click onto it at any time and see for yourself how ridiculous it all is. Now, here's the thing. I can understand being hesitant to believe in every online donation that comes out. I mean, there have been a lot of them lately, and you can't make time for every single one. However, there's not believing it and going out of your way to harass the person behind it. Now, Corpulent Brony. You were doing all sorts of name-calling that doesn't make your accusations any more credible. It just makes you look ignorant, even going so far as to bring FNGR into it. Why? Because they were dating? That's just desperate right there. Calling him a boy toy and all that other crap was purely out of desperation to make them look horrible. You even complained to him about how he wasn't doing or saying anything to disprove what you were saying on your side of the argument. Of course he didn't have to disprove anything you were saying, Professor Plum, because it's basic, common knowledge that what you were doing was stupid.
Yeah, she's totally gonna use it for cons and use it like a scam. Okay, people who think that are beyond stupid.
Why you even bother to put together a playlist of videos dedicated to calling her a liar is beyond me. Even Okizuma, when making his pod shots at Jerry Pete, was honest enough to upload the video on his own channel. You, on the other hand, were using someone else's channel as a scapegoat to keep your channel from looking bad. Using Pony Tonight's channel to publicize what you had to say about her was just an act of cowardice. And before you go and say, well, Pony Tonight agrees with me that FallenWish is a liar, this is the same guy who accused Keyframe of lying about getting strangled by her mother and getting robbed by her father, okay? If you honestly think I'm going to take his word for this type of situation after that, you're just begging for self-defeat. One of your accusations, in fact, was that she was using the money that she was getting from GoFundMe to go to BronyCon. Apparently, that's not true. BronyCon took place between August 8th and 10th of this year. She got her money from the donation on the 26th of that month, so she couldn't have been using it to go to BronyCon. In actuality, she was given a plane ticket by her friend and was using some extra money she was earning through commissions. Even if she had more money than she needed while she was at the convention or spent more than she should have, none of that money was from her GoFundMe because she didn't even get that money in the same week. Now, aside from just typing up a bunch of your thoughts on FallenWish and forcing it onto others, there was also a drawing that depicted a situation where her father was throwing a can of Pepsi at FallenWish. What's offensive about it is that the picture depicts FallenWish without a shirt, possibly naked with her boobs showing. I made a pretty fucking stupid video about Mage, okay? And I didn't go so far as to make a drawing of her depicted with her boobs showing, because that is an immature way to prove a point. In fact, it doesn't even prove anything. You could have left out that drawing entirely, and nothing about the point that your article was trying to make would have changed. So why did you do that? Maybe because the point of the article was to make FallenWish look as bad as possible, so just put it in there for the hell of it. Now, while it wasn't you who drew the picture and had someone else do it, that still doesn't excuse the fact that you found it necessary to put that in there. There was no reason to include that picture in the article. And then you went so far as to say that she deserved to be sculled by police for not believing what she had to say. Did you believe that Keyframe deserved to be sculled by the police when they thought she was lying? Because considering how quick you were to call bullshit on FallenWish, my guess is you probably would have done the same thing to her. But that's not even the icing on this fucking cake, alright? The real icing on the cake was that you said in the article and on the video that was deleted that she participated in an orgy at the convention. I myself am very inclined to believe that the rumor itself that an orgy ended up happening is completely bullshit and is not true. But even if an orgy happened, I'm pretty sure it didn't, but even if there was one, what the fuck does that have to do with fucking anything? It doesn't. Oh no, she had sex with someone. What a horrible human being. And your misuse of the word fungibility is just astounding to me. All the way down to the math problem. If I didn't get that $50 bonus added to my $100, I wouldn't have been able to afford 70 in booze. Yes, you can, because 100 minus 70 would still leave you with $30. Also, about the campaign still being open to this day, it's closed, alright? It's closed, so she hasn't received any more money since that 1915 I featured on my own channel. Don't believe me? Go to my Help FallenWish video, click on the link in the description, and see for yourself that it's closed. So with all that in mind, you could have just left well enough alone and just keep what you thought about FallenWish to yourself. That is until you decided to make the whole fucking thing public and shared this information with the Rift. And apparently they bought it, because now she lost her friendship with Minty Root, and she is now in a mindset where she hates herself. What are you implanting into these people's heads? You're implanting into them that she's a criminal. She's a criminal because she was getting her ass kicked by Homo sapiens who lied about loving her, and somebody offered her help to move her to a less stressful environment. Let me tell you something, good sir. If I were to go to the Rift right now, and I told people that DeWilstonator is lying about his mother developing cancer that spread to her lungs and must now spend the rest of her life paying for chemotherapy just to keep herself alive and spend more time with her family, would you think I was being truthful? Would you think I was doing the fandom a favor? I fucking hope not, because that would be a disgusting thing to do. Let me tell you, if I had gone to the Rift last May with a new Skype account and told everyone that Golden Fox, Eliora, Lightning Bliss, Mad Munchkin, ANY, and Redcord were lying about what was happening to Key, I promise you, I fucking guarantee you, my ass would have been chased off the face of the Brony fandom before I even got a chance to apologize. Now look, I can understand that there are people who use the internet to scam people. I know there are people who lie about how they need money because they have some kind of sob story, some kind of excuse to trick people into getting their money. I am fully aware that this is completely possible, but I can assure you, FallenWish is not fucking one of them. Don't believe me? Well, why don't you take a look at this? This is the first ever drawing depicting my OC. The very first one. And you know who it belongs to? You know who did it? FallenWish. It happened during a Skype chat sometime after I was featured on FNGR. She was there with Lightning Bliss, Scriptless, Anime Wolf Gamer, Golden Fox, and a couple of others when she made it for me. Basically, she's known for doing paid commissions, and yet you know how much I had to give her for that OC? Absolutely nothing. Okay? She did it for free. I didn't have to pay her anything. And you know what? I loved how that OC came out. I don't think I would have come up with anything that creative and outstanding on my own. Something that would just fit my image and how I present myself in my videos. Since then, we've been good friends. Hell, she's the entire reason I have an OC. A face to associate myself with in this fandom. Do you think she would have done it for free if all she cared about was money? No, she doesn't. Because she was that thoughtful. She was that generous. She was that forgiving of me after all the bullshit I pulled. And let me tell you, I still feel kind of bad for what I did and still think I got off too easily. Now, I'm pretty sure that this whole video might come across as distasteful to some people watching, but I'm sorry. I don't mess around with this kind of stuff, okay? I just don't. If you want to believe that someone is lying about almost getting killed by their own family, at least make yourself not look like an ass. I don't care what happened between her and Shark Discusses. I don't care what happened between her and Malkavian American. I don't care what happened between her and her old boyfriend. I can't just take a front row seat and not have some kind of reaction to FallenWish being called a liar, even to this day. Alright? Alright. So, Corpulent Brony, if by some chance you come across this video, you can kindly make whatever you want out of it. Just do me a favor and refrain from the idea of posting it on the internet, okay? Okay,